Hey everyone, this is Ball here. I'm giving you my review of episode 21 of Shokugeki Food Wars Season 3. Third place, second course, 21. I already said 21. I haven't said Pioneer of the Wastelands. This episode focuses on the backstory between, I should say more, we get a flashback story of Jojo Saiba before he was known as Jojo Yukihiro, as we know him today, and how he experienced his life, what school was like for him, at least back when he was in Tutsi Academy, and it'll explain why Azumi Sama wants to change the cooking world and what happened between the two of them. And before I should, my voice is still a little bit cracking I'm still recovering from my sickness, so you can bear with me in this. But before you even get to all that backstory, we had a bit of a small scene with the 10 students preparing for the team Shokugeki because they want to go fully in on defeating the Marvel Stones. I mean, all it turned out in the manga, but in the anime, it's still. We were still a little bit. And I was looking at it, I was thinking exactly who's going to lose in what scenario. I think my head was like, oh, you're going to lose, you two are definitely going to lose. But it was still a little bit technical, at least still a little bit more interesting to see how the team were fair. The Marvel students were fair. But enough about that, we have the rest of the flashback to go through. And this episode doesn't have Aaron involved anymore, so it's basically between Soma, Jojuro, the father-son team, of course, with Gin, Takumi, and Megumi. Now, as for backstory entirely, we all knew the fact that both Saiba and Gin were both students as they came back. The flashback starts with both of them coming back from being the 6th and 7th respectively. And I think Gin was one seat higher because, I think Gin was a higher seat above Jojo because not just Shokugeki wins was a consideration, but during the time though, it wasn't only just Shokugeki wins, it was also being an overall good student in Tutsi Academy that warrants you a seat for the Elite 10. At least at the time. I'm not too sure how things have changed. Maybe they kind of changed things at the time when the Elite, this current Elite 10 took over. But I think they might have kept the same way. But I wouldn't be surprised if they changed it between years. Because it was their generation. This is a completely different can't even talk right now. It was their generation back then, and this is a new generation right now. So things might have changed. I'm not too sure. We're just going to forget about all that. We're going to hear that once, and that was it. Continue on with the flashback. And we're going to see that young Azumi senpai, a young Azumi, being completely an admirer to Jojuro. People how genius he was, creating all these dishes, man, and so many accolades. He just knew. He knew about how good he was. There was even a bit of a scene between Gin and Azumi. Were with him to. Excuse me, yeah, I'm still covering for a second. Let's bear with me here. We're standing next to him side by side in the Wasteland area, and they tread forward. Now, keep in mind, this episode will point forward. This episode has taken shots between the flashback story and the Wasteland scene. To compare, from you have one scene that's basically Jojo cooking the scene. You have another scene with the Wasteland scene again, back in the flashback. Then with the Wasteland again. Really important. Keep in mind the Wasteland is a very, very important. Not just because on the title, but basically plays a huge part in Jojo's life and the man he became right now. So eventually, we get to see Jojo gained all the accolades and whatnot. He's been nominated for Blue. I may have forgotten what it was called. I was here once. I was I know it's under 35. Exquisite. But basically, anyone under 35, it doesn't have me on the under 30 accolation there. He has to be able to get under 30. Has some huge achievement. He needed before they were 30. This is the same thing goes for this one in the cooking world. And Jojo being at least 17 years old, let's just say. I think at least 17 or at least 16 years old at the point this is happening. He gets nominated to be part of Blue for a competition. And before even before the day he gets announced to Blue, he gets challenged by this one kid who did not get nominated for Blue, so he had been gross since he has been a huge heir. While Jojo, which is basically the one who got lucky in Tutsi Academy. Though his childhood was never fully explained, he was just he was one of those kids that kind of got lucky to get into school in the first place. And while that's happening, this guy challenges him to a Shokugeki. But he also both like 50 all of them, taking up 50 against 1. But before I even happened, he was like thinking, go ahead, grab some more people. We got to repulse our dormitory. We'll have some Pulsar dormitory members going against these kids. But apparently, no. Jojo said, nope. I'm going to take them all on. I'll take you all on 50 against 1 in Team Shokugeki. And during that Shokugeki, one bout after another, from the first bout to the 50th bout, Jojo beats them all. And this one guy who challenged him in the first place, he was scared. He was trying to back off. There you go. Now it's your turn. Came up. Jojo was like, "Come up here, face me." And so, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. He gets close. Jojo gets up close, like grabs him by the shirt, and he says, "I kid you not." He literally just said this line. I may have forgot the whole thing, man. Quit your bitching and get up on this. I may have paraphrase that sentence, but the fact that it just said "quit your bitching" isn't even censored. It says a lot about this guy, that Jojo, the complete 180 on his personality. From this smile, from this genius, this smile-loving guy, turned into this demon, and eventually got a nickname, the demon, after upon seeing the scene. Then you catch my breath here. Okay. Where the scene in the opening sees a Jojo standing on top of bodies, demonic red in the background, and eyes looking so evil. It looked just like that. That's not like too close to the anime, too close to the opening, but almost exactly close enough because you just saw him standing there, eyes of evil eyes, and in smoke, not even bold white character letters, but in smoke, the demon. In that moment, that really changed his life because ever since that Shokugeki, he's been a completely different person. While Gin was shocked to see that, he was terrified of what was going to happen with him. Azumi ate that up like it was candy because he actually liked this. I'll get to exactly why. This is the reason why Azumi wants to. This is why Azumi took so much of a liking to Jojuro, because the way how he was presented as this demon character. And depending on what happens later, which I'll get to that point very soon, Azumi wants to change the cooking world title, which kind of brings this whole thing to a complete circle on why Azumi wants to change Tutsuki Academy and the cooking world entirely. So after a while, we get to see more forward. By this point, Gin and Jojuro were both rated the first and second seed respectively. Azumi was the third seed. June was the fifth seed, and this girl named Iwasawa was the fourth seed. She has been no part of it. She was just only, she had no speaking language whatsoever. She was mainly there. She was mainly there, and that was it. Over time, of course, things changed because Gin, as Jojo started cooking, he started to lose his way. And he keeps going back into the Wasteland scene, and it was like, he was walking to the Wasteland by himself, and he was getting beamed up, at one point, he had some dirt on his face from the wind. There was a stick threw at him, and his arm, like a branch, his arm was there was a blood stain on his sleeve because it looked like he got really broken with blood coming over it. His right leg, from knee downwards, he was getting completely beaten up. As he gets on, he's to the next goal. He keeps moving forward while getting hurt at the same time. And there was a scene here that really drives home to it, and having him to question what he's doing. The day before Blue, before he goes on to this competition or ceremony, the image of him in the Wasteland scene reflects on the table. Georgia looks at it what am I doing? Questions what am I doing with my life right now? He disappears the next day, causing everybody to scramble to find him. Gin eventually finds him. But I forgot to point out that in the anime of, I don't know for some reason, but between in pictures we see Gin had more spikier hair at some points, but it looks like in the flashback he has more wavier. It's still spiky, but kind of more wavier in the front, not full spike. It's wavy in the front, but I don't understand why the difference there. But enough about that. Gin finds Jojo in the hall. They get in the hall when they had the autumn elections. Jojo points out that he was happy then, but he questions what's wrong with me now. I was so happy, so what happened? Gin, upon hearing what he said, burst into tears that he had let him walk through all this path by himself, without at least anything trying to help him. And director, oh my neck, and he's Madonna, heard these two boys. Again, let me catch my breath. Heard these two, only demand Jojuro, not my obligation, just tell him, leave Totsuki, leave Japan, and leave cooking as well. So go find yourself, go on this personal spirit walking journey you need to find your true self. That he does, and he walks. When Gin also explained the fact that just during that moment, he gave us a light-hearted smile, saying he kind of missed a important meeting, and just walked off. While Azumi-senpai looked at it as like Gin was leaving permanently from the cooking world. He wasn't really mad at Jojo for doing this. He was mad at the Totsuki and the culinary world entirely, because this was the world that destroyed the man that he is, that he once idolized. And he looked in the point where like he explained it to himself why he from that moment was like he didn't say anything. He had a moment with himself in real time where he explained exactly why he wants to change the Kutsu Academy and culinary world. While in this amazing shot of a red moon in the night sky. Excuse me again. Yeah, I should have some water to get this. That happened. And also during some point, he also got there's a little bit of a small moment where it was like, Jojo did call back to Ging eventually, but this was like one time when Ging graduated from Tutsi Academy because he was already in his full suit that we'd see him now. His hair was starting to get a little more shorter, like that's what they go full to his new shaved bald look he has. Jojo called Ging the fact he's now wears his red coat Yukihira, and he has a kid now. So he's in between the time when he left Tutsi Academy and became officially dropout, looking for himself. Eventually, some point in there, he met a woman. I'm pretty sure that must have been Soma's mom, who eventually turned out to be his then wife. It's never fully explained in that flashback how did he met her, let alone who she is. We don't know exactly who her name is, let alone what her face looks like. We can tell in flashbacks, at least some scenes. Long blonde hair, that's pretty much it. So eventually, somewhere down the line, he found out he found out why he loved cooking so much by meeting her, having the kid, and Gin, and eventually upon seeing that Saiba, Jojo, and Soma were having a cooking battle, Gin looks up with a teary-eyed. He thanks Soma for being born because this is the kid. Because apparently Soma is the one thing that saved him from going from the Wasteland. Because if he didn't, most likely he probably would have been dead there in the Wasteland, and he would have been gone forever. And eventually also explained the fact that during the cooking battle, Jojo was having times that Soma lost his dad 409 times. Jojo looked at him saying, like, that is your strength. He kept, even despite the numerous losses he has to his father, the more times he lost, he keeps moving forward. That's his strength. And he also pictured, he just a complete swap was like Soma was like in the same Wasteland scene. Thinking, where would he be like if it was for him? Thinking, well, like, so it would have been like if he was in the same shoes as he was. I'm pretty sure, pretty sure in this case, someone would like continue moving forward. But without the loss of in the same shoes as him, I'm pretty sure he would do the same thing. And eventually, that's the end of the episode. We're going to see the next episode, the final battleground. And it looks like, just by the title, looks like we're going to have this season might have 22 episodes, because last season I only got 12. This one will only have, this is going to hit 24. So we're very close to the end of the second part of season 3. But again, we have to wait until I'm sure exactly how the next episode's going to fall in the episode afterwards. So until then, you'll like, subscribe, comment, with friends again. Next time for the next video. And again, thank you for bearing with my voice. I hope I get better later. I hope I get better soon. Again, see y'all later. Laters.